Chief Investment Officer, how do you view your role in terms of investment decision making?
Yeah, the way I approach this is I think first step is identification of the best investment ideas. And that may be best funds, it might be best stocks, it might be best bonds, maybe just individual, here are the best in class. And that best in class has a different component than I think most other investors use, which I very much use downside deviation or how investments uh, perform in down markets or down economies. And that's a key part of the decision making process. So, a lot of times when you see screens for I want to own XYZ fund, the screen will talk to you about their great 10-year track record, but it doesn't always incorporate or often incorporate how did they do when those breaks happened, even in that 10-year period. Did they protect assets well in that period? And so that's a really key part of the decision making process for developing what funds or investments to use. The second step is trying to figure out how to put those together in the most appropriate way. And the approach really is to start from what's the goal? What's the goal in terms of returns, in terms of income, in terms of the volatility that the client is ready for, and what are the right assets you put together to meet those goals. And they might be in a traditional format. They might look like the 60/40, but often they're not going to be, because in different conditions or different periods of the market, you might use different asset classes in different ways. There were periods of time in the last 15 years where dividends from stocks were a better way to get income than very low yields from bonds. And you were actually getting appreciation from bonds and income from stocks, which was really the opposite of what most investors think. So I think that there is this approach that you have to take of that we'll be taking and that I will continue to take is make sure you put the right assets together for the conditions that you see today to get to the outcome that you need.
And even customized to that client.
And that's exactly right. And then I think that last step is really key, is customizing it to the client and to the client's entire situation.